Hey, welcome to the Nika Said podcast. And if you're new here, I'm Nika Williams, a planner girl, mom to an 8-year-old husband, and a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. At the end of 2016, I was happily fired from Amazon, which jumped off this online journey. After signing 2 clients within 10 days and booking out my services as a virtual assistant, I was thrown as the Facebook queen and Coach Nika was born. All that to say, I'm a virtual assistant and a VA coach helping women realize they don't have to choose between work and their family. You can have both. And if you're looking for financial freedom while also having family focus, this is the podcast for you. You'll learn how to grow a business that fits into your personal life and not the other way around. Welcome back to another episode of the Nika Said podcast. In today's episode, we'll be talking about what do you do when you notice red flags while working with a client. Working with clients is the main key of running a business. However, sometimes you might start to notice red flags that indicate this may be a difficult working relationship. And this can happen right on the sales call. Red flags can come in many different forms, such as missed deadlines, lack of communication, and unrealistic expectations. So what should you do when you start to notice this? Number 1 is you need to acknowledge your feelings. The first step is to acknowledge the feelings about this whole situation. If you're feeling frustrated or anxious, take some time to reflect on why that is. This can help you understand what's triggering your reaction and how to address it. You need to have clarity around this situation. Number 2 is you need to communicate your concerns. Once you acknowledge your feelings, and it's time to go ahead to communicate those concerns with the client. But you need to be honest and direct about what you're noticing. Also, how it's impacting the work you're doing together. This can help you address the situation and find a resolution. For example, if a client wants tasks turned around quickly, you can refer them back to your turnaround time in your contract and give them the option of a rush fee. Number 3 is setting boundaries. If the red flags are related to the client's behavior or expectation, it might be time to set those boundaries. If the client is constantly emailing you after work hours, you might need to set a boundary around when you're available to respond. 24 business hours as a response time is a standard in our industry and something you may want to implement from day 1. Number 4, evaluate the relationship. And sometimes, despite whatever you do, your best efforts, this working relationship may not be beneficial to you. In this case, it's important to evaluate whether it's worth continuing working with the client. Consider the impact on your well-being, your other clients, and your business as a whole. We're not here to create businesses that we hate. It's easier just to go and get a 9-to-5. And number 5, which I always talk about, is you need to practice self-care. It's so crucial to practice self-care, especially when you're working with challenging clients. This may mean taking breaks, seeking support from business besties, engaging in activities that help you recharge outside of business. Find a hobby. And from the first moment you start to notice those red flags while working with a client, go ahead and acknowledge your feelings, communicate your concerns, set healthy boundaries, evaluate the relationship if it's even salvageable, and practice that self-care to fill your cup up. You can still navigate your business and maintain your well-being. And if you need support around this, go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram at Coach Nika to get the details on how to work with me in one-on-one, where we can discuss how do you set up healthy boundaries in your business and how do you convert leads that are dream clients. So you can spend less time working on how do you operate with the client and more time filling up your cup with clients and services that fire up your business. So this is also for you if you have not signed a client in the last 30 days. But hurry up, there's only a few spots available so I can really invest with the women that I'm working with. And like I always say, I will see you in another episode. Thank you so much for joining me today, and make sure you check back next week for another amazing episode with actionable tips to grow your online business. In the meantime, leave a review and let me know your thoughts on today's episode. And if you want to see what I'm up to, check out my Instagram page at Coach Nika. Come hang out with other women on the same journey in the private free Facebook group, the Virtual Assistant Club. And remember, every day you're one step closer to the dream life you want. Keep going, girlfriend.